Hey everybody, it's Millie with Crafting in My PJs. Welcome to my channel. Today we are working on project number 2 for our series on the paper pack, and for the life of me I don't know what I did with the cover to show you. It's pretty much getting cut up, but I'm not sure where I put it. It's over in the box with all of the other pieces that are left. But the paper pack, and I will link the other 2 videos that we've done with project number 1 in the description box, so you can go back and just get a brief little sign of what we did. But we're moving on. My personal challenge to myself was to see how many projects I could come up with. This was our first project that we did using that paper pack, and we made a junk journal with 2 signatures and decorated it using about 95% pieces that came from the paper pack itself. This project is going to be a recipe card binder, or yeah, I guess we'll call it a binder. And we're going to use 2 pieces of wrapping paper that came out of the paper pack. Now these paper packs are sold at bookstores. I know Barnes & Nobles has them, and there's also a couple of other brands, and they're just really big books of various paper pieces that you can use, letter writing, card making, all kinds of pieces in them. They run anywhere from $25 to $35. It's a very thick book full, and they're usually themed. So I have purchased, I think, 2 different ones now. The spooky one, which is the one we're using for this, and I can't remember the theme for my other one. I think it had flowers or fauna or something, and I did a different journal with that one. All right, so the wrapping paper itself is about 18.5 inches by 14 inches, and there were 4 wrapping paper sheets in the pack. We used 1 already. We're about to use 2 more. We're about to use these 2 along with 2 printed pages. They are double-sided. These are going to be our front and back. Now these pages are all very thin, so originally my thought was I was going to glue them onto the back of a some other paper, but since it's going to be a recipe book and I'm giving it as a gift, I have decided to laminate. So that will take away me having to glue it onto the back of something. But if you are going to make something like this and you don't have a laminating machine, you can always strengthen something up by gluing on the back of cardstock or just thicker pieces of paper. I did notice as I was looking, if you look really closely, this does have a little cut line, a little cut symbol. So these were supposed to be, I guess, cut out to use as ephemera. I didn't realize that at the time, but I do want to use this as part of my cover. I'm not sure how I'm going to use the Halloween. I'm probably going to have to cover that up. I wish it said something like spooky treats or something like that that I could use as that type of cover, but I will probably have to either stamp or something so that it will say something about Halloween treats, or I don't know. I'll get to that. I haven't thought about that yet. All right, so I happen to have an Etsy file, and it is spooky recipe cards. I think there's 15 in the set. I bought them and then haven't used them, so I decided I would use them for this project. the cards print out 4 by 6, so that's what I'm using to judge this whole project. So I've already come up with my recipe book is only going to be this big. It's only going to be 6.5 inches high by 4 3/4 inches wide. And because I'm trying to get as much paper as I can out of what I have. And I am going to have pockets. You see the little dashes? That's because I am going to try and be neat and use maybe some double stick tape. I have a ton of double stick tape, so I'm trying to use some of that up. And I think that will be neater when it comes to sticking this laminated film, sticking lamination to lamination. I have a ton of laminating sheets. I am having some trouble with my laminator. It's crimping the corners, but hopefully it won't give us any trouble. So my background paper will be 6.5 by 4 3/4. So one of these will have 2 pockets, and the pockets will be 3 inches high by 4 3/4 inches wide, and they will go one on the front and one on the back. So it will go like that, you know, because the holes will be here then. So every page will hold a card on this side and a card on this side. So the first step in this project will be cutting out 7 pages, main pages, and 14, 15 pockets from these papers. The odd number will just go on the back, inside the back cover, and that'll be the 15th card. If for some reason I can't get that many out of here, then we will just not put all 15 cards in the book. I mean, it's as simple as that. All right, so I'm not going to cut online on film because that will be very anxiety ridden to me, because I'm going to try and do this very carefully so that I cannot make a mistake and get all of my pieces cut. Once I have all of my main pages cut and my 3 by 4 3/4 pieces cut, I am going to run them through the laminating machine, and then I will come back and we will stick them together and assemble everything together and do something with the cover and decide, is it something we need to really decorate? Because remember, if you saw the other videos, there was not a whole lot of ephemera with this, so there's not a lot to decorate. We do have some stickers. The ephemera that I have left are these really big pieces, so there's not a lot to put. I am doing this kind of as a challenge to myself, so I really don't want to pull ephemera other than ribbon and all out of my stash. I do have some stamps, but it'll be laminated, so it really won't stick to that. And my other question is, do I laminate my recipe cards, or do I leave them not laminated so that the person I give it to can write things on there? I don't know. That I haven't decided yet. So for right now, I just need to cut and then come back, and I have something sticky everywhere, and then we'll regroup. All right, I'll see y'all in a few. All right, so let's see where we are now. Everything is laminated. Here's our book, our little cover. I have all of our red line tape. I used red line tape as our tape. It's on here. The pockets, I kind of did a variation, so everything wasn't the same, and rotated colors and pockets. So the pocket that goes on here is kind of pinned to the top. I also printed my Halloween spooky recipes, and I think the colors match really well. That was kind of a great plus to all of this. And I went ahead and printed them just on some single sided cardstock that I had, because none of the paper that was in the paper pack, the paper book that we ordered, that we purchased, the paper pack, was single sided that I could use. I didn't have enough if it was single sided, so I had to bring in some extra. And there you are, just very generic beige background, so it kind of fit in. And I did measure, let's see, this one is taped down. I did measure to make sure that our measurements were correct for the 4x6, and it is. So everything is set to go. So all I have to do is peel my sticky off, stick it on. Then we're going to punch our hole. Right, so let us begin. Okay, so we have all of our pockets in. Okay, so I want to make sure everything is lined up to the binding side, and we're going to clip so it doesn't move, because now we're getting ready to put our holes in. And and I'm using my paper here as my template. All right, so here we go. Here's the final product. No more tweaking. I did go with the smaller rings. They look much better and they work better. Things don't fall around. I just did a little bit of ribbon. I mean, if you wanted it really fluffy, you could do ribbon on all of the rings. And for some reason, I'm out of orange. I guess Halloween is not really my, my big crafting holiday. I don't know. So just a little bit of purple and black and some orangish I found. All right, so here we go. On the solid colors, I used the stickers that came in the paper pack. So these were stickers, I guess, intended for stationery. So I used those. Not anything life-altering. I did replace or reposition this O for the Halloween, and so it said Halloween. Okay, so there you go. If you wanted, there were some like labels in there. Here we go, some like label stickers. You could have labeled each pocket with which recipe card was in there, but I didn't really find that necessary. If it had a printed pocket, I left that alone. Pudding cups, graveyard pudding cups, spider web dip, witch's brew punch. Again, just stickers. That's it, just to give it something. Trick or treat on this one. Some circles. I did split and relaminate those recipe cards, so everything now fits together, fits in all the pockets. And this is the last page, the last pocket, and the back cover. And there you go. So this is project number 2 from the paper pack. So I hope you enjoyed crafting along with me or watching this series. Project number 3, I think, is going to be a date journal, like a planner, I think that's what I want to do with project number 3. So come back and see what we do with the rest of the paper, or some of the paper from the paper pack, and see what we can put together for project number 3. So again, just to summarize, our goal is to see how many projects we can put together with that paper pack from Barnes & Nobles. And If you enjoyed this series, please give us a like, and I'm enjoying making these different projects. Something different, something fun, no stress. Crafting in my PJs is simple, easy crafts anybody can do, and that's definitely what this is. All right, so again, I will see you on the next video. Bye.